Time is passing either way, but something invisible is deciding how fast your body wears down, and most people never notice it happening. Your body might be aging faster than it should, not on the outside, but deep inside where cells repair, hormones balance, and energy is created. This has nothing to do with the number on your birthday cake. It is not written in your genes, and it is not fate. It is one daily factor that quietly pushes your body into early decline, even in people who eat well and try to stay active. Every single day, this factor sends signals to your brain and organs that speed up internal aging, weaken recovery, and slowly drain vitality without pain and without warning. Scientists discovered that this process can shorten the lifespan of cells, reduce the body's ability to heal, and trigger early signs of aging years before they appear on the skin. Most people mistake these changes for normal aging, but they are not. In this video, you will learn what this hidden trigger really is, how it works inside your body step by step, and why modern life has made it more powerful than ever before. You will understand how it affects your sleep, your memory, your weight, your immune system, and even how fast your organs age over time. You will also learn why this factor keeps the body stuck in survival mode, why the damage adds up quietly, and why ignoring it leads to faster breakdown even in young adults. Near the end of this video, you will clearly see the connection between daily habits, internal stress signals, and accelerated aging, and why fixing this one issue can slow the aging process more than many popular anti-aging tricks. This information is rarely explained in a simple way, yet it changes how you see tiredness, brain fog, stubborn fat, low motivation, and constant tension. Watching till the end matters because each part builds on the last, and skipping ahead means missing the full picture of how this process starts, grows, and quietly controls the speed of aging from the inside. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it, and that awareness alone can protect your body long before visible damage appears. Welcome to the channel where the body is explained without confusion, without fear, and without false promises. If you care about understanding how your body truly works and how to protect it in a busy modern world, subscribe now and stay with us, because what you learn here could slow aging in ways most people never even realize are possible. Aging is often explained as something you can see: lines on the face, gray hair, slower movement, but that is only the surface. Long before any of that shows up, aging begins deep inside the body, in places no mirror can reflect. It starts in cells that lose their ability to repair properly. It shows up in hormones that no longer rise and fall in balance. It spreads through organs that slowly become less efficient, less flexible, and more tired over time. This is why many people look young on the outside but feel exhausted, foggy, heavy, or worn down on the inside. The body can be aging faster even when the face still looks fresh. Muscles recover more slowly. Energy drops without a clear reason. Sleep no longer feels refreshing. Small problems take longer to heal. These changes are easy to ignore because they do not arrive all at once. They arrive quietly, stacking day after day, year after year. People often assume this is normal, that this is just how life works as time moves forward. But the truth is more uncomfortable. The body is not aging randomly. It is responding to signals. Many people follow popular advice. They eat better than before. They try to move their body. They drink more water. Yet something still feels off. The body feels older than it should. This gap between how someone looks and how their body feels is not accidental. It is a warning sign that internal aging has already started, and most people never realize it because no one teaches them where to look. The body does not suddenly break down one day. It slowly shifts into a different mode, one where repair is no longer the priority. And the question that matters is simple, but rarely asked: what is actually pushing the body into that mode in the first place? Many people search for the answer in obvious places. They blame food choices, thinking one bad meal or too much sugar is the cause. Others blame exercise, believing they are not doing enough or doing the wrong kind. Some point to screens, late nights, or busy schedules. These things matter, but they are not the root. They are surface factors. Underneath them is something deeper, something that does not show up on nutrition labels or fitness trackers. It is not something you can touch, but your body reacts to it as if it were a physical threat. It is something you experience daily, sometimes constantly, often without noticing. Your body does not judge whether the signal is real danger or modern pressure. It responds the same way either way. The signal changes how your brain communicates with your body. It shifts hormone release. It alters digestion, sleep, and immune function. It tells your cells that survival matters more than repair. And over time, that message reshapes how fast your body ages. This factor is chronic stress, not the sudden stress of a loud noise or a short challenge, but the ongoing pressure that never fully turns off. It is the background tension that follows people through their days. The mental load, the constant urgency, the feeling of being switched on all the time. The body was never designed to handle this kind of non-stop signal, yet modern life delivers it daily. When stress appears, the body releases cortisol. Cortisol is not a bad hormone. In short bursts, it keeps you alert, focused, and ready to act. It raises blood sugar to provide quick energy, it sharpens attention, it helps the body respond to immediate challenges. This response once helped humans survive real danger. The problem begins when cortisol stays high for too long. When stress becomes chronic, cortisol stops being helpful and starts becoming harmful. The body no longer returns to balance. Instead of switching between action and recovery, it stays stuck in action mode. High cortisol tells the body that danger is always present. In this state, repair becomes a low priority. The body diverts energy away from long-term maintenance and toward short-term survival. Cells divide less efficiently. Damaged cells are not cleared as well. Inflammation rises because the immune system stays activated without rest. Over time, this constant internal pressure wears down the systems designed to keep the body young. One of the most important effects of chronic cortisol is how it damages cells. Cells are not meant to be under constant chemical stress. High cortisol increases oxidative damage, which harms the structures inside cells. This damage builds up faster than the body can fix it. Normally, the body balances damage and repair, but chronic stress tilts that balance in the wrong direction. Repair slows down. Mistakes accumulate. This is one reason aging accelerates silently. Another effect happens at the level of telomeres. Telomeres are protective caps at the ends of chromosomes. Each time a cell divides, telomeres shorten slightly. When they become too short, the cell can no longer divide properly. Chronic stress speeds up this shortening process. Shorter telomeres mean cells age faster, tissues weaken sooner, and organs lose resilience earlier in life. This is not theory. It is observed repeatedly in stress-related aging research. The body literally measures stress at the cellular level. Cortisol also disrupts hormone balance. It interferes with insulin, making blood sugar harder to control. This leads to energy crashes and increased fat storage, especially around the abdomen. It suppresses growth hormone, which is essential for tissue repair, muscle maintenance, and skin health. It affects thyroid hormones, slowing metabolism and reducing energy. Over time, these shifts make the body feel older, heavier, and slower, even when calorie intake has not changed much. Sleep also suffers. High cortisol at night blocks deep sleep, the phase where most repair happens. Without deep sleep, the brain does not clear waste efficiently, muscles do not rebuild properly, and hormonal signals become even more unstable. This creates a cycle where stress damages sleep, poor sleep increases stress, and aging accelerates further. Inflammation is another key piece of this process. Short-term inflammation helps heal injuries. Chronic inflammation damages tissues. Stress keeps inflammatory signals turned on longer than they should be. Blood vessels become less flexible. Joints become more sensitive. Organs experience constant low-level irritation. This kind of inflammation does not cause immediate pain, which is why it goes unnoticed. But over years, it contributes to faster aging across the entire body. The immune system also becomes less effective. It stays busy reacting to stress signals instead of focusing on real threats. This leads to more frequent illness and slower recovery. Again, people blame age, but the true driver is the internal environment stress creates. The most dangerous part of chronic stress is how normal it feels. People adapt to it. They wake up tense, go through the day, rushed, fall asleep tired but wired. This becomes the baseline. The body never gets the signal that it is safe to repair. From the brain's perspective, danger never fully ends. And as long as that message continues, aging speeds up, muscles weaken faster, bones lose density sooner, memory becomes less sharp, motivation drops. None of this happens overnight. It unfolds slowly, quietly, beneath the surface. That is why people are shocked when health issues appear earlier than expected. The body has been aging faster for years, guided by signals it received daily. This is why looking young does not equal being young inside. The mirror reflects skin. It does not reflect hormone balance, cellular damage, or inflammation levels. Chronic stress reshapes the internal timeline of aging. It tells the body to prioritize survival today over health tomorrow. As long as that message continues, no amount of surface-level fixes can fully stop the process. The body stays in survival mode, conserving energy, delaying repair, and slowly trading long-term strength for short-term endurance. This is the hidden force behind accelerated aging, working quietly in the background, shaping how fast the body wears down, long before time alone should have had that power. The signs usually appear quietly, mixed into daily life so well that they feel normal. Constant fatigue becomes the background of the day, not the kind that goes away with rest, but a deep tiredness that sits in the body even after sleep. Energy feels limited, like the battery never reaches full charge. Alongside this, belly fat begins to appear or refuses to leave, even when eating habits improve or exercise increases. This fat is not random. It is closely linked to stress hormones that tell the body to store energy instead of burning it. The mind also starts to feel heavier. Brain fog sets in. Thoughts feel slower. Focus drifts. Simple decisions take more effort than they should. Memory slips in small ways that are easy to laugh off at first, but over time they become frustrating. Sleep no longer feels like recovery. Falling asleep becomes harder, staying asleep becomes rare, and waking up feels abrupt and unfinished. The body goes through the night without fully repairing itself. Hair begins to thin faster than expected, not slowly over decades, but noticeably over a short period of time. The immune system weakens. Colds last longer. Minor infections show up more often. Recovery from workouts, illnesses, or even long days takes more time than before. Muscles stay sore. Motivation drops. These changes are often dismissed as normal aging, but they are not normal signs of time passing. They are stress signals. They are the body's way of communicating that it has been under pressure for too long and repair has fallen behind damage. Most people miss this because they are taught to look for aging in the wrong places. Wrinkles are easy to see, gray hair is obvious, but internal aging does not announce itself clearly. It hides behind busy schedules and daily responsibilities. People blame age because it feels logical. They blame genetics because it feels unavoidable. They blame bad luck because it feels comforting. Stress, on the other hand, feels familiar. Deadlines feel normal. Notifications feel expected. Pressure feels like part of life. Overthinking feels productive. The body does not experience these things as harmless. It experiences them as constant threat signals. The brain does not separate emotional pressure from physical danger. It reacts the same way to both, whether the stress comes from work, relationships, finances, or constant stimulation. The body responds with the same chemical message. Stay alert, stay tense, stay ready. Over time, this message becomes the default state. People adapt mentally, but the body keeps paying the cost. This is why stress is overlooked. It blends in. It feels like responsibility. It feels like ambition. It feels like modern life. But the body cannot tell the difference between real danger and constant pressure. It only knows that it is not safe to relax and repair. This misunderstanding leads directly into the aging loop. Stress interferes with sleep first. The mind stays active at night. Cortisol remains high when it should drop. Deep sleep becomes shorter and lighter. Without deep sleep, the body misses its main repair window. Hormones stay unbalanced. Inflammation lingers. The next day begins with less energy and more tension. Poor sleep then increases stress. The brain becomes more reactive. Small problems feel bigger. Focus decreases. Patience shortens. Stress hormones rise again. Cortisol stays elevated. High cortisol accelerates cellular aging by increasing inflammation, reducing repair, and shortening telomeres. As aging accelerates, recovery slows. Muscles heal more slowly. The immune system responds less efficiently. Fat storage increases. Energy drops further. Slower recovery increases frustration. Frustration increases stress, and the loop continues. This is how aging speeds up silently. There is no clear starting point. There is no single dramatic moment. It is a feedback loop that feeds itself, quietly pushing the body forward on an accelerated timeline. The most dangerous part of this loop is that it feels normal while it is happening. People adjust expectations. They accept lower energy. They accept poor sleep. They accept brain fog. They accept slower recovery. Each adjustment lowers the standard of health without anyone noticing. The body continues to adapt to stress by sacrificing long-term maintenance. This is why many people feel older than they are. The calendar age does not match the biological age. The body has been aging under pressure, not time. And because stress feels intangible, it is rarely addressed directly. People try to fix the symptoms instead. More caffeine for fatigue, stricter diets for belly fat, supplements for brain fog, sleeping pills for poor sleep. These approaches may mask the problem, but they do not change the underlying signal. As long as the body believes it is under constant threat, it will continue to prioritize survival over repair. The idea that aging speed is fixed is one of the biggest myths. The body does not age at the same rate under all conditions. Aging speed is flexible. It responds to signals. When stress signals dominate, aging accelerates. When safety signals return, aging can slow down. The body has powerful repair systems that activate when conditions allow. Stress reduction is not about escaping life or avoiding responsibility. It is about regulation. It is about teaching the nervous system when to activate and when to recover. Small daily changes can shift the balance, lowering constant tension, improving sleep signals, reducing mental overload, and creating moments of true recovery send a different message to the body. That message tells cells it is safe to repair. It tells hormones to rebalance. It tells inflammation to settle. These changes do not require extreme actions. They require consistency and awareness. The body responds to patterns, not perfection. And once the aging loop begins to slow, improvements often appear in places people least expect. Energy stabilizes, sleep deepens, focus returns, recovery improves. These shifts are not magic. They are biology responding to better signals. The most important thing to understand is that the body is not broken. It is responding exactly as designed. Chronic stress pushes it into survival mode. Removing constant pressure allows it to return to maintenance mode. This is not about doing more, it is about doing differently. The next step is learning how to send the right signals consistently, not occasionally. That is where real change begins. And that is what will be explained next. If this made sense to you, your body is already responding because awareness changes signals before habits ever do. What you learned here is not about fear or pressure. It is about understanding why your body feels the way it does and why aging is not as random as it seems. Every signal you send through stress, rest, and daily patterns tells your body how fast to move along its internal clock. When those signals change, the speed changes too. That is why this message matters, not just for you, but for anyone living in constant tension without realizing the cost. If this helped you see your body differently, like the video so more people can learn this information and stop blaming age for something that can be influenced. Share it with someone who is always stressed but tired, someone who looks fine on the outside but feels worn down on the inside. And subscribe to the channel for real body science explained in a clear and simple way, because what you understand today can protect your health tomorrow. Remember this one truth as you move forward. Aging is not about time, it is about signals.